Okay. Well, thank you everyone for hopping on with us. Really appreciate it. And we'll go ahead and get started on our training of the portal home today. So today we're going to be going through how we can actually use the portal home and what you guys will need to do to actually request permits, how you can actually look up permits and request inspections, and a couple other things as well. So we'll jump right into it, as well as if you do have any questions or concerns, we do have a recording of this going on, so you can revisit this if there's any concerns on the portal home. So we'll jump right into it. So we have a couple of new things on the portal home. If you've been on here before, we do have the search existing permit, the
Hey,
building permit.
Josh,
Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bother you or cut in. Just real quick, for the builders that are logged on, we are going to have a quick Zoom meeting after this. This is only for the iWorks or the new program portal. So if you have any questions pertaining to this, by all means, you can ask them. Anything to do with the other meeting, just hold off until we get started with that one, please. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Perfect. So like I was saying, we have the building permit, the search existing building permit, and then we have the search existing contractors, and then the contractor registration application. So we'll go through all four of those today and show you how you'll go in there, apply or search for what you've already applied for. So we'll jump into a building permit, and I'll show you what kind of process is going to be as you fill this out. So the top two things here at the top, the property information and the contractors, are going to be just search engines that you can actually search for the property or search for the contractor name. So as soon as I hit 3 characters on here, it's going to start searching for the property. Something important to know though is it does have to be exact. So if I'm searching for this 11217 Iowa Colony Boulevard and misspell Iowa, as you can see, it's not going to find that. So if you are having issues finding a property that you know is in the system, just go ahead and start backspacing and you'll be able to find that fairly easily. Sometimes it's just easier to put in the numbers of the address and it'll pull up a small list for you to actually choose off of. So I can go ahead and select off this list if I'd like to. As well as with the contractors, it's the same thing. So I can go ahead and start searching for a contractor and I can go ahead and select off that list. I can get more specific if I want to or not. So if I want to look for anything construction based here, I have a couple other choices I can do. Something also important to note is if you are working on a contract or a project and there's going to be multiple contractors on there, I can go ahead and select multiple contractors off of the list here as well. So if you do select the wrong one by accident, you do have the remove feature here as well, where you can remove them if it's the wrong one and can search for the right one again. Coming down here, we do have the site address information. So a lot of these are required fields, so just be aware of that. If you do try submitting something and you get this, my computer wants to load. If you get this right here, it's going to tell you that something's required. It's going to take you directly to that field. And so just be aware of that when you are filling out an application. If it doesn't go through, most likely it's because you forgot a field that is a required field mandated by the city. So just make sure you are looking for that when you are going through the application. But like I said, we have the site address information, the owner information that you'll fill out. We do have the project information with a whole bunch of different fields here that you'll fill out. The project information, and then we have a signature block as well. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory here. You just fill it out. With the signature, you would just type in your name for your digital signature. So my name is Josh Carlisle, so I type in my name in for that signature. Upload any files that's going to be relevant to the application that I'm filling out. So if there's any documents or photos or anything like that that I need to upload to make it easier on the city to fill out that application, I'd hit this choose file button right here, choose the information off my computer or off my phone, whatever you're doing this on, and you can go ahead and open that and it'll attach it to this section right here. Once everything is submitted, or everything is completed, I'd go ahead and hit submit. And that would take me to a page here on the portal home that we've created that'll give you some basic information from your application. And that way you know that it has been submitted. Once it's been submitted, that will go to the city and they'll start the process and let you know if there is any other information or anything else that they need from you on the application. Is there any questions on this portion of the portal home? Okay. If there are any questions, I'll be taking questions at the end too, so you can go ahead and if you think of anything, just let me know. Now that we've created a building permit, for example, if we come up to our search existing permit, we can go ahead and search for that permit. So if I come up here, click on the little icon right there, this is going to allow me to search for a couple different things. I can search by the permit number, the permit date, primary contractor, or the address. We can come over here to the search bar and search for that permit. I've put a test permit in here so I can show you what this is going to look like. So as you can see, it's going to show you the permit number that's assigned by iWorQ. It's going to give you the date, who the primary contractor is. I didn't attach a contractor to my test one here, so that's why this is blank. And it's going to give you a whole bunch of other information as well. Something also important to note is you can request an inspection online now through this portal. And it's done just by requesting inspection right here. So if I come over here and click on request an inspection, it's going to pull up this little screen here for me to fill out. Something new that you guys are going to have to get used to is going to be the contractor access code. So this is going to be an access code that's given from iWorQ for each individual contractor. So they're going to have their own code to actually request information like this. So obviously you won't know that code first off. So there's two ways that you can go ahead and get that code. Easiest way for you is going to be just use this click here to have it emailed to you. When you use the click here, it's going to give you a contractor list, and you can go ahead and just start typing in like we did before, and it'll take you to what's the closest to what you typed in. So you go ahead and select what the contractor is going to be. And you can go ahead and hit
Josh, you
send.
may want to mute everybody's microphone.
Okay. Okay, so with the coast to coast signs, if I was this contractor and wanted my contractor access code, I can go ahead and hit send, and this will send that to the email on file. If you pick your contractor, hit send, and you don't receive an email, most likely the email on file is an old email or it's misspelled or something like that within iWorQ. So at that point, I would have to call the city and let them know that I haven't received that email. They can go ahead and give you their contractor access code and make sure that email is up to date for you. So next time you don't have to call in again to get that information. Once I have the contractor access code, I can go ahead and come in here. So let me actually look at a contractor here so I can get a code. Show you how this is, we'll go through. I can put in who is requested by. So if I'm requesting it, I'd put in my name once again, put in a phone number, put in an email, which I'm just going to have Google help me here a little bit. And then with the requested date, this is going to be the date that you actually want to put in a request. So if I want the 4th, for example, I can go ahead and put in the 4th. On this calendar, you will see some dates won't allow you to select them. And that's going to be based off what the city allows and what days they allow for inspections to be completed. So you will see when you start using this that there's going to be some days that probably will be not let you select them. And that's just set by the city there. So just select an available day. And then you're going to go ahead and put in what type of inspection you're requesting. So if I'm requesting a pre-pour, I can go ahead and select that. And then any comments, any further comments of anything that they would need to know when they go out there. So if there's like a gate code to get into the property or anything like that, this is a good place to put that. Once I have everything on here I need to filled out, I can go ahead and hit submit. And then you're going to see that it was completed when you see this green bar up here. Your request has been submitted. It'll bring you back to the property here. You request the inspection. If you need another inspection, you just go back and do the same thing. You request an inspection, select the other inspection, and then just do the exact same thing we just did. If you do want to view other permits, we do have the option. So if you click view, this is going to take you into the permit information here, where it's going to give you all the information as well as the inspection request. So right now it's for 12 a.m. That's because we just selected the day. So it's just selected the earliest time. So obviously 12 a.m. When the city comes in here, they'll have the option of changing that. So if that day comes around, you may see this date or this time change depending on what the city does. So if they decide to actually move that for a calendar or anything like that, you would see this time change. So I wouldn't necessarily consider this law. The city can go out there anytime, but it'd be better to contact the city for that. But you can talk to the city about that with questions if you have any. Okay, is there any questions on the permit management side for either searching or applying? Okay. We'll go ahead and move on to the contractor registration application. So this is where you can come if you need to register for a new contractor for the city. What we're going to do here is go ahead and click on this icon. As you can see, we'll just go ahead and click on the icon to access any of these. And then you're going to fill out the application. So on this one, we just have that property information. So you go ahead and search for that property. Once you find that property, we can come down to the applicant information, fill out the applicant information, including the contractor type that you're applying for. So if I'm a HVAC contractor, I'll select HVAC, fill in the appropriate information, and then we'll come down to the business information. This is going to be what your contractor name is going to be, for your business name, your business address, phone, email, what your license number is, when that license expires, and this is just a calendar that you can click on and select the date. So if I expires 31st of December, I can go ahead and select that off that calendar. You can put in a brief description of anything that we need or anything that you think the city is going to need in the future. And then the mailing and contact information. So your mailing address, the city, state, and zip, the contact name, contact phone number, and contact email. And then once again, you hit that signature block where you can just go ahead and type your name in. With this one as well, we do have the uploaded files. So if the city does require anything for this, this is where you go ahead and upload those files. So if they require insurance information or workman's comp or anything like that, this is where you go ahead and do that. It's going to be based on what the city requires. And so just make sure you are aware of what they require before you fill this out. And then go ahead and hit submit. Once it is submitted, you're going to be able to come over here into the search option with the search for existing contractors and go ahead and actually click here to search. As you can see, it's basically the exact same of what we just did with the permits. It's just going to be for the contractors, obviously. So if I wanted to come in here, and this isn't 100% set up as of right now. We are working on this and it should be set up later today, but there will be the exact same fields, or not exact same fields, but there will be fields that you can search by. And then you just put in what the fields are, go ahead and search, and you'll be able to put in or see the contractor information in here as well. So this will be up and going. I'm not sure when the city wants this and up and going, but this will actually be working later today on the iWorQ side. So sorry, I can't show you that right now, but we were just waiting on some data to be input. So we have that. But is there any questions? I know we went over a lot of information there, but is there any questions that we can do for the permits or for the contractors? Any questions or anything?
On the first data set you had sent me, I guess, how are we wanting to view the parcel IDs? Because on the first data set, we've got dashes in there. On the second one, it's just one consecutive number.
Okay, we'll definitely speak up if you have any questions, but if there are no questions, I'll let you guys get to your meeting with the city. Albert or Rachel, do you guys have any questions or anything you'd like me to go over in more detail?
I think you have that reversed. On the first one, we have like a 09-35-426-005. And then on the second one, we have that same number, but it has
Okay.
no dashes in it.
If not, I'll go ahead and send this recording over for Albert and Rachel. And if there are any questions, feel free. Albert and Rachel, you can get my email out and you can ask any questions
Josh,
of me. So
hey Josh, I think there's somebody in the background that's trying to ask a question, but she's very muffled, so it's very hard to hear her. And everybody may still be on mute.
and let me open up the chat again. If you feel more comfortable, I can you can message me directly there. Okay, and the chat is open, so you can go ahead and send me a chat if that's easier for you guys. I'll just sit here for the next couple minutes to answer any questions, and if not, I don't have anything else for you guys, but thank you for your time. I'll sit here and answer any questions that come in.
Hey, Josh.
Uh-huh.
For all the builders, right now is the time to get any answers that you may, or for the questions you may have with iWorks. I know there's going to be some confusion and, during the beginning. However, we're going to try our best to work with y'all the best we can. So if anybody has any questions, right now is the time.
Yeah, how do we schedule permits? It says coming soon on the 2 sections that I would be using, or inspections.
We're not switching over immediately. We will let you know the date that we start using iWorks.
Excellent. Do we have an ETA on that?
It'll probably be towards the second week in November. That way we can get a little bit more training on the city side.
All right, sounds good. I'll go ahead and save it then. Thank you.
All right, so if Josh is done with iWorks, so we will resume at 9:45. That way we can make sure everybody that's been invited to log on at that time. So are there any other questions for iWorks? All right, then we'll see you guys back at 9:45.
Okay.
Thank you, Josh.
Yep. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.